everyone. Welcome back to Whiteboard Friday in our series of Metrics That Matters. This is our last Whiteboard Friday on Metrics That Matter, and we've been talking about a lot of stuff when it comes to metrics. Why they matter, cautionary tales on those metrics, and some core areas like coverage and velocity and quality that you need to really be paying attention to when you're thinking about these software quality metrics. But today what we want to do is say, okay, well, thanks Ryan, I've got all this stuff, but how do I actually get started? So we'll talk about things you need to be thinking about in terms of tools to look at for these types of reporting. You're going to be looking at some of the people needs and resources and things you want to think through on that. And then lastly, we want to talk about some areas of focus that you want to start out in, because it could get a little bit crazy when you actually want to take on this project. So look at some areas and how to think about focusing. So first thing is tools. So in the tool section, we're really referring to both commercial and open source tools. So I listed some of these here, but things like Pentaho, Domo, IBM, one of our products, QTest Insights as well. All these are BI analytics tools. Some are commercial, some are open source, but what BI analytics tools allow you to do is buy or adopt a BI tool. And what that does is it sits on top of whatever layer of data that you actually want to pull from. So it could be you're pulling things like from ALMs like Jira for defect data. You're pulling from a test case management tool that you may be using, or you may not have one at all, so you're using an internal system. So BI analytics tools, both open source and paid, are a great way to bring that data up in views and dashboard views and actually show all of that data. One thing though is it's going to take some time to set this up. So if you're going ahead and going to go off and buy or use one of these tools, there is going to be some heavy lifting going into play to set that up, but the key benefit is it's going to be real time and it's going to always be up to date with most latest information. The next thing is, if you are in Excel right now, you are probably already doing this, possibly. If you're watching this Whiteboard Friday series, you may have thought, yeah, all these reports you're talking about, we do that through VBA scripting, and then we use macros as well to pump out this data. So this is a lot of manual work, and it's kind of a legacy way of doing things. Before BI really got in kind of the mainstream here, a lot of people were doing this. We were doing this as well. When I was actually working at a consultant using HP Quality Center, this is how we had to actually go about our reporting. So you can still go this route, but you're not going to get the real-time data you may want if you're going to use a BI analytics type tool. So these are some of the tools to be thinking about. The second thing is the people aspect. So and I broke it down into kind of two people. So you've got analysts and you've got subject matter experts. And what I mean by this, I say happy analysts, is that this is going to be a lot of work at times. You're going to be ciphering through database data, you're going to be looking through tables, you're looking at all these different types of data pieces. And it's going to take some diligent work to actually go through this and actually pull it together. The thing you want to be aware of, though, is that if you task an analyst that's really intelligent in looking at database schemas and things, but they're not talking with a subject matter expert that is in your test case management tool or is doing the testing, right, then they can get really, really happy and crazy about creating all these reports and building all these relationships that may not actually matter. So go ahead and make sure you pair them with a subject matter expert. And the other thing is, make sure you time box this. Again, it's going to be some work to go through the data, bring it together, and what you don't want to do is spend hours and hours and hours staring at a database schema, thinking about these things, and not really getting anywhere. So take your time box it to saying, we're going to take the subject matter expert 2 hours out of their day, give them with an analyst, and then we're going to cap it at that, and then the next day, next day, next day. So be patient with this. It may take a while, but you'll get to those reports and that data that you'll need. And the last area is really focusing on things. And this kind of ties back to the people aspect, but you need to start small. So you need to look at, okay, what's the low-hanging fruit of these reports that we can create initially, right? When you start small, that means you probably have a small piece of data in different segments. And as you put more data into your database or into your management system, right, that data is going to grow over time. So if you start small and the data grows, then you can scale accordingly as you're actually moving. So make sure you're looking at the first two core metrics, whether that's like, hey, we want to create a defect severity report, or we want to create a plan versus actual report. Those are our two most areas of need, right? Make sure you focus on that, because metric 1 could go all the way to metric 1,000 really quickly if you start thinking about all these different metrics you could create. So make sure you're looking at starting small and then let it kind of grow. And the last thing is when you're doing these reports and you're talking with your analysts or even somebody from your team is actually taking on this role as well, you should be conducting these reports and these metrics and the building out of these reports in more of a sprint review fashion. So sometimes it's like, hey, we need reporting and we need all these quality metrics to actually help us with our job. And people think that it's going to be this big bang approach to saying, okay, now give me all this data, this dashboard view, like right away. Don't do that. Look at the sprint reviews. We're going to build this metric this 1 week. We're going to review it, and then we'll use it for the next week and see if people get the feedback of this is a good report, not a good report. Because what could happen is you could say, okay, here are all your reports, and in the meantime, when you're looking through these reports, they're not actually what you really wanted. So I would conduct the same way of building out reports for quality, coverage and velocity and other metrics we talked about in this Whiteboard Friday series. I conducted the same way as you're building out your application or building out new features for your product. Use a sprint review that will actually get better feedback for what actually you need in terms of dashboard reporting and reporting for your team. So those are just a few areas to think about and how to actually get started. And we want to leave you with a video that we just produced with our BI tool called QTest Insights 2.0. It's our BI engine that sits on top of the entire QTest platform to get a lot of the metrics that we talked about today. And the cool thing about it is it's actually all set up for you right now in a cloud trial. So we'd love to see you soon. Go to QASymphony.com to sign up for a free trial, and I hope you enjoy this video.
Say goodbye to poor software testing metrics and reporting headaches with QTest Insights, a self-service business intelligence tool that allows you to consolidate, manage, and analyze all testing data across projects. Insights comes with out-of-the-box analysis reporting on test quality, coverage, and velocity through your entire software testing life cycles. All test data is neatly packaged into interactive charts, tabs, heat maps, and more with instant drill-down capabilities. Insights allows you to dive deeper into your testing data than ever before, with powerful filtering, sorting, and grouping capabilities to take actionable steps when noticing software trends. Then create custom reports, charts, and graphs so you can visualize the test metrics your team needs to increase your speed to market. Sharing testing progress can be a hassle, but with QTest Insights shared and personal dashboards, your teams will have a consolidated view of the most popular reports. Insights will also pull together requirement and defect data from popular Agile ALMs like Jira, so teams can act on the data connected with the QTest Test Management Platform. To learn more about QTest Insights and the entire QTest testing platform, contact us or sign up for a free trial at QASymphony.com.
Hey everyone, Ryan Yackman here with QASymphony. Thanks for watching Whiteboard Friday. For more videos, visit QASymphony.com or subscribe to our YouTube channel. Hope to see you soon.